Traveler's Notebook Love and Trip. I love this font. There's lots and lots of videos out there about the cover itself. It's very on brand. Here is the cover. It's this beautiful, I think the technical term would be like roan red. And they did they did it very naturally. So I appreciate that they didn't go like cherry red, because I think that's actually quite hard to do with leather. There's the insert that it comes with. And of course, I think like the most important part of this whole cover is the back. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that, but the back, and it says Love and Trip, and it's blind embossed or debossed. I don't know, actually not sure what the difference is. Anyways, there are many, many videos out there about the cover itself. I thought, as part of my continuous, my attempts to branch out of my color zone or my comfort zone for colors and ink colors, I thought it would be nice to try and match an ink color to the cover as an option for journaling when I switch over to this cover, probably next month. Let's swatch some inks. I'm gonna use MD paper because I am switching into an MD insert next month for a TN, except I'm cutting an A5 down by hand, and then I will round all the corners. So yeah, this is actually an MD notebook with the blue faint grid, and I trimmed it down to a TN size because I need more pages, and I like to fit a couple of months into one notebook. Because with the regular TN inserts, I go through so many of them, and I just kind of want to cut down on the amount of bookshelf space that these take up, or box space, or a closet space, or just space in general. Before I went down and picked up my cover from Reed's, I pulled out all the swatches that I thought would match this color from my own, like from my stash. So, Sailor Tintorius Spicy Chipotle, Robert Oster Dark Chocolate, Diamine Writer's Blood, Sailor Kobe Kunan Maroon, and Monarca Cardona. So those are what I have already. And I have some good options in here. And I think my intent for this kind of swatching exercise isn't to like match and then just stick with one. I think it's to have options. So these are what I've already got. I also picked up a bottle of Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo. I love how these inks behave in pens. They're so fluid. I've probably talked about that before, but they're just such a great ink. And then I also picked up a bottle of Diamine Oxblood. So, which I know it's super similar to Writer's Blood, but not quite. And of course, when you're doing ink swatches, you're like, oh, I want to find the most similar example or this most similar match or something. When you look at a lot of ink, you notice that things just, like, there's just very subtle differences. Should I do live swatches? Maybe I'll do live swatches. Or I'll swatch these two on my regular paper, and then I'll see what these look like on the MD paper. Alright, starting with Sailor Kobe Kuna Maroon. I just have a sample of this one, so we'll see how much I can... I mean, it's a full sample still from Wonder Pens. Next up is the Oxblood. This is a very full bottle. That's nice. Thanks, Reeds. Definitely wouldn't want that one to freeze. Okay. Keep that one out. Give this guy a swirl. Next up is the Robert Oster Dark Chocolate, which I think actually matches kind of nicely. In like an unexpected way. It's kind of like an unconventional match. It does look like dark chocolate. Like they kind of nailed that. Okay, and then we got the Yamabudo, which is turning out to be quite bright. It's definitely more fuchsia, which I'm not mad about. It's nice. This is a Mexican brand. You need to give them a good stir, and I don't like to shake ink. I like to slowly like make sure I'm like triple checking lids all the time, but I make sure to give it like a swirl, because if you shake, you're introducing air bubbles, and then when you go to fill your pen, you just got a reservoir full of air bubbles and not actually that much ink, which is kind of a pain. So I haven't mixed this one in a while. Maybe I will mix inks and watch a movie after this. But you can see it's starting to dissolve into solution again. I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, if you're watching, please comment below. Monarca brands have natural pigment added to them, I'm pretty sure. So all of this kind of, not sediment, but it's supposed to be like the sheen. It's got, in this swatch, it is a red undertone with a green sheen, because it is supposed to represent the tuna fruit from nopal cacti, I'm pretty sure. And if you've never eaten tuna fruit, it's delicious. Okay, that's getting there. We're getting there. The other nice thing about Monarca is that they come with like these wooden stands and that have a pen rest. So, I mean, I'd recommend, check them out. Ooh yeah, here we go. We are getting there. Maybe some gentle back and forth. Need like a very gentle paint shaker. I guess you can see things drying in the background as I'm doing this. Okay, that's pretty good. So, I'll put this back in there. Ooh, this might be a tight lid. Come here, you. So there's the Cardona. Here's what we got so far. Okay, continuing on. This is Spicy Chipotle from, it's a collaboration or like a special edition from Sailor and the Tintorius podcast, which I occasionally watch or occasionally listen to. And I have quite a few of those inks as well, so I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of ink videos in the future. Alright, so here's what we got so far. There's the Kobe Kunin Maroon, Oxblood, Dark Chocolate, Yamabudo, Cardona, not quite dry, but you can see the green sheen on it, which is super pretty. It really does look like tuna fruit. Writer's Blood, also not dry. Sorry, I am getting hasty. And then we've got Spicy Chipotle. So, if we're matching that up, I'd say that those are all really good options. The Yamabudo might be a little bit too like pink, but I would still chuck it in the mix because as we all know, the difference between the swatch and actually writing, and unfortunately I'm not very good at writing with glass dip pens, so like they're just not consistent for me. Maybe it's the angle that I hold them at or something, or how much ink I put on the nib itself, but I can never get like an accurate writing sample with the glass dip pen or with a Kakimori brass nib. We were talking about this at Stationery Club the other night, that it's hard to get consistent line weight. Like it's either like just spitting out way too much ink when you're using a glass dip pen. I just have trouble with that. So, but as we know, like the difference between the swatch and actually writing is quite a bit darker. So I would still keep Yamabudo in the mix. I would say that I have some very good options here for matching ink to my new Love and Trip Traveler's Notebook cover. Do you guys have a favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And turns out I hate doing outros, so I'm not going to do an outro for this video. So if you watched, thank you. Like and subscribe if you want to. Or, better yet, tell your stationery loving friends about my channel if you think there's something in these videos that would benefit others, because that is the point of me making videos. I want to share useful information for people. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.